Hi guys, so today's video I'm going to be looking at something called parallel compression. It's also known as New York compression. So what is it really, and when do you use it? Well, it works very well on drums. So what I've got is I've got a quick drum loop here, just a drum loop. I'll just quickly play it for you. And we're going to add some parallel compression to that. So the way we do this is we're going to clone this down here, and we're going to have this going to a different. We're going to have this going to a different one. So this is your normal loop, so loop, and then this is the. We'll just call this loop 2, even though it's the same. So what we do with this is we're going to add a compressor to this. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to really over compress it, and this is the idea of parallel compression. So we're going to completely over compress this. So that is really, really over compressed. You can really hear that it's really over compressed. Let's actually set a release here as well. Now, playing that by itself sounds terrible. What's happening here is it's really, really over compressed, so the peaks of everything are coming through really sharp, and everything else is really compressed, because that's what we've done here. We've set a mad ratio, we've allowed a little tiny bit to come through, set a mad threshold, a little tiny bit to come through the attack, and quite a big ratio, and quite a fast release. So basically the compressor's stopping and starting very, very quickly. Now what we're going to do with this, we're going to bring the volume right down, and we're just going to fade this into the track until we can just about hear it. So we're leaving the other loop sort of not compressed. So that's normal loop, and we're just going to slowly add this into the mix on top of the other loop. So there you go. So what we've got here, we've got a drum beat here that is, if you listen to the kick, there's like a thump. There's no real attack on the kick. But now when we add this in, because obviously we're messing with the attack, you can really hear it coming through. And that's really the basics of parallel compression there. So what we do is we keep one sample dry, or you can add whatever you need to add to it just to make it sound right in the mix. Then we clone it, the loops or whatever it is, and then we over compress it, really, really over compress it with really, really heavy compression settings, and then we slowly add that back into the mix, and that allows that gives the drums more punch and stuff. Now there is other compressors out there that actually have a wet knob. Now I don't think I have one. No, I don't think I have one, but you will see on some compressors. Actually, does the Fab Filter have a wet knob? This might have a wet knob actually. Yeah, so some of the compressors actually have a wet knob on it. So what that basically means is we can if we mute that one, we add the Fab Filter in here now, we can sort of, you can see it doing some compression here, but let's set it heavy. Yeah. What we can then do here, this is we can add some gain on the dry mix and bring sort of the wet gain down. So it gives it the same effect. It's exactly the same effect. So what this is in theory doing, this is allowing some of the dry mix to come through, and it's turning down the wet mix, and the wet mix is obviously the one that's compressed the most. So that's basically parallel compression. So you can manually do it yourself by cloning it and adding 2 different compressors in, or you can use a more advanced compressor which has a wet knob on it, so you can just turn the wet knob down, which obviously doesn't allow as much to come through the mix. But that's basically it for parallel compression. Like I said, it is a bit more of an advanced technique, and it's also known as New York compression. It is a bit more of an advanced technique, but it does really allow you to bring punch and stuff to your drums. So that's about it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching.